It's been 2 years just trying to get the records that were released last week by the State Department. Remember, the FBI found these records last year, and they're only releasing them now.
And so there's classified information in these emails, which is against the law.
That's right. You're not allowed to take classified information out of government systems or out of unsecure systems, and this is what happened with the Clinton email system that was set up. Abedin testified last year to Judicial Watch. It was Hillary Clinton's idea to set the system up. Abedin was the only other State Department official, as far as we know, who had an email account on this system, and she was sending material, both she and Hillary Clinton, that was classified, and receiving that material as well. And it turns out you had classified material also on Abedin's husband's laptop at the time, the infamous Anthony Weiner.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, follow me at DaveWeinbaum.com, on Twitter at TheDaveWeinbaum, and on Facebook.
This just cries out for a criminal investigation. The fact that Comey and the rest of the FBI there, presumably Peter Strzok was there, the anti-Trumper FBI special counter-intel person, they just let this go by without any prosecution or any serious investigation.
And take me back, we just had a segment on, our Todd Pyro was talking about the sailor who was jailed because he took this picture inside of a submarine.
You know, and Mrs. Clinton specifically was warned repeatedly about the use of unsecure systems to conduct government business, and she did it anyway. So forget about this intent or such. She had the intent. She knew what she was doing. And, of course, none of this would have happened but for having Mrs. Clinton's unsecure system set up in her bathroom or wherever it was. And if I were the Justice Department under President Trump, I would do what the American people elected them to do, which is to reevaluate what went on with respect to the Clinton criminal investigation.
Since the election, we have created more than 2 million jobs for hardworking, wonderful families and wonderful Americans. Unemployment is at a 17-year low. The stock market is at an all-time high and continues to go up, up, up. We want to keep it going. We've liberated the American economy from the Washington overreach, cutting 22 regulations for every one new regulation, the most in the history of our country by far. And just last week, we delivered a big, beautiful Christmas present to the American people. Congress passed massive tax cuts for millions of working American families and small businesses and large businesses. And those large businesses in particular, coupled with others, are going to create jobs, jobs, jobs. Our tax plan is focused on the middle class, including a near doubling of the standard deduction and a huge increase in the child tax credit. A typical family of four earning $75,000 will see their tax bill cut in half, 1/2 of what you are paying. And Americans will begin seeing these tax cuts in their paychecks starting in February. In addition, our border is now strong. We'll be building the wall. Your Second Amendment is safe. We're unlocking America's vast energy resources. We've restored enforcement of immigration laws, taken the fight right to MS-13 and getting them out of the country. And we are now working with Congress to end chain migration and the visa lottery program, which is terrible and brings in people that we don't want in our country. I'm very proud of the choice of Justice Neil Gorsuch on the Supreme Court. Congress has authorized funding for our military at near record levels so that we can rebuild our full military might after years of dangerous cuts and depletion of our military. We've made historic strides in the fight against the murderous terror group known as ISIS. Today, the coalition to defeat ISIS has recaptured nearly 100% of the territory once held by these vile terrorists in Iraq and Syria. We are rebuilding our nation, rebuilding our confidence, and rebuilding our standing in the world. Today, the entire world can see that America is coming back and coming back strong. The American people are excited about the future and the incredible possibilities that await all of us. Optimism is everywhere. Enthusiasm is booming. And the thrilling American adventure has never looked brighter.
Steve Bannon has nothing to do with me or my presidency. When he was fired, he not only lost his job, he lost his mind. Steve was a staffer who worked for me after I'd already won the nomination by defeating 17 candidates. Now that he's on his own, Steve is learning that winning is not as easy as I make it look. Steve had very little to do with our historic victory, which was delivered by the forgotten men and women of this country. Yet Steve had everything to do with the loss of a Senate seat in Alabama held for more than 30 years by Republicans. Steve does not represent my base. He's only in it for himself. We have many great Republican members of Congress and candidates who are very supportive of the Make America Great Again agenda. Like me, they love the United States of America and are helping to finally take our country back and build it up, rather than simply seeking to burn it all down.
From Weinbaum Records, it's Dave's Hits of 2017. Listen to the unique singing style of your favorite radio host, Dave Weinbaum, as he belts out songs like
But Snowflake, you know you can't take it. You've got that hateful feeling. Whoa, that hateful feeling.
Or how about this?
As you wish me hell, to everyone you could tell that you'd been spying over me. Spying over me, then you spread your views to the mainstream news.
And timeless memories like
You don't know me. I'm in the federal witness plan. You don't know me. I might be in Afghanistan.
Dave's Hits of 2017 is not sold in any stores. And if you act fast, you can get Dave's favorite insults absolutely free with your order.
You schmuck. Kiss my tuchus. Putz. I hear you tried to donate your brain to science, but they were only taking used ones. I don't take the broom out of your hands when you're trying to do your job. I hear you're 1 foot short of a yard sale. There was a lot of testosterone in my marriage. Too bad none of it was mine. I married a trophy wife, but I couldn't afford to mount her. I had 2 feet of snow on my car, so my wife offered me her broom. I said, thanks, but you're going to have to teach me how to fly it first. Got any complaints? Go to hell and wait.
The perfect way to close out the year. Dave's Hits of 2017.
That's all, folks.
Aha! Aha! What do you know from funny, you